Good morning from Florence Lake. It is 5:38 a.m. on Sunday, August 2nd. It's supposed to have gone down to 10 degrees last night and be like, I don't know, 12 or 13 this morning, but it is definitely not 12 or 13, and it did not go down to 10. If I had to guess, I would say it's, I don't even know, 18 degrees maybe, 16. Well, good morning again from Florence Lake. It is 7:30. I was really tired when I got up at 5:30 to use the privy, and I filmed a bit of the sunrise, and then I went back to sleep. I only have 2 hours of traveling today. If that site on Jack Lake is open, I'm probably going to stay there. If not, I only have a little farther to go, maybe half hour, 45 minutes. So not a lot of traveling to do today. Alright, I just boiled some water on my little table here that I made, and I've got some apples and cinnamon oatmeal with dehydrated apples and strawberries in it. I'm just going to let that fluff up, and going to start packing up while I'm eating this. I always make the oatmeal first because I can't eat really hot stuff. It takes me quite a while to be able to start eating the oatmeal. So this way it can start cooling while I'm packing, and you know, my stove needs to cool down, my pot needs to cool down. That way by the time I'm done doing the things in the tent, this stuff is ready to get packed up, and then I can go. Well, it's a good thing I waterproofed my pack and everything inside of it. Put it on the hill here to get it ready to load in the canoe, and it rolled right into the lake. So it's soaking wet now, but it's not a big deal. First of all, I don't have to carry it, and second of all, everything in it is waterproofed. So it is 8:30 on Sunday morning, and I'm leaving my beautiful campsite and the beautiful Florence Lake to head to Jack Lake, which is along the Lady Evelyn River, and about 2 hours of a paddle from here. So I'm off. It did get warm, by the way, again. Just thanking my campsite for its hospitality. Taking a last look at Florence Lake on my way out to the Florence River. Great campsite, just beautiful. Bye, thank you. Well, in front of me the sky looks pretty nice. It's bluish. There's a couple of white clouds behind me here. It's kind of dark looking, and I feel like it might rain today soon. Hopefully I get to my campsite and I get set up before it rains. And then if it rains when I get there, after I'm set up, I'm totally fine with it. I'll sit and read my book for the day and just relax. The reason I'm heading to this other campsite is just to kind of break up my day tomorrow, so it's not super crazy long, because I'm leaving tomorrow, and I don't want to like paddle an 8-hour day and then, you know, drive 5.5 hours, 6 hours home. So I'm just kind of knocking this 2 hours out to take something off. I would like to go a little further actually. But I don't know about the campsites on the river. The people I talked to yesterday said they aren't very nice and they're super buggy. I don't know, I have nothing to go on except the guy's trip report from 2015 otherwise that says the first campsite was nice. It's only maybe 45 minutes, half an hour even past the rapids, and I'm just by the rapids, so I thought it'd be a good place to fish and hang out for the day. It looks like a nice campsite, so as long as it's not occupied, I'll just stay there today. And if it is, then I'll head towards the river and stay on that first campsite. Hope it's nice. Take one last look. Florence Lake and say goodbye. The loons were just gathering in front of my site again. When I was leaving, there were 4 of them. And I'm pretty sure they came to say goodbye to me. It was really nice of them. Alright, off we go. Well, it's 9:15, and I am just making my way down the Florence River towards the Lady Evelyn River, and just got a little bit longer on here, and then I'm out and heading towards Duff Lake. Duff Lake? Yeah. I'm quite curious about this area and how shallow the water is here. I mean, it's only maybe 3 feet deep or so. I wonder if you can paddle this all year, or if it dries up and it becomes too shallow in like the fall and stuff after, you know, a hot summer with not enough rain. I'm paddling along, just leaving the Florence River now, just at the mouth of it here, and I'll be turning right to head back onto the South Lady Evelyn River, going toward Duff Lake. Well, according to my map, I am just under 5 kilometers to the campsite that I'm aiming to head to. So it shouldn't take me that long. I can usually paddle 5 kilometers in an hour. I guess it depends if I'm going through thick lily pads, or if I have a wind, or if I get lost. After this little section here, I'm back in lily pad land. There's a lot of them on this part of the route. I just came around the bend and got hit with a headwind. I was just saying how, oh, it's so nice and calm, there's no wind, look, everything's sitting still. And then I just go around this corner and boom. It's not like major crazy strong, but it's gonna give me a little bit of a challenge, not much, but oh well. Can't be perfect every day, like yesterday. Two loons on the lake, calling for help. Apparently they think I'm a threat. Babies. These little babies, they're so cute. Okay guys, I come in peace. Take off before these guys start freaking out. Oh, it's too late. They're freaking out. Just come around the corner. Look at that view. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm about maybe 10 or 15 minutes from the campsite now, I think. Not too far at all. I just passed a big rock like that one in front of me there on the right, and I wanted to cast a few, and I'm like, oh, the water's pretty deep here, you know. I would really like to catch a brookie, but I know it's probably only going to be like in the waterfall pools or something, which I don't really have any. This is just stunning. Look at that view. It's absolutely gorgeous, just gorgeous. Well, I decided to cast a few after all. I'm just down from that big, huge rock that I just showed you a video of, and there's a nice current here, and the water looks pretty decent, and I think I'm snagged. Either that or I got a gigantic fish on the line. I know I should get to camp and set up in case it rains, but part of me is like, once I get to camp, I'm going to set up, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, then I'm going to have lunch, and it's going to be like afternoon, and it won't be good for fishing anymore until later, so I'm going to go up near that rock, closer to that rock, and cast a few there. No luck. Just killed about 20 minutes sitting here by the big rock, that thing, but nothing. I changed to a jig with like a wormy kind of thing, twister, whatever they call them, but it didn't work either. It's not very deep there. I actually thought it'd be a lot deeper there. So back to heading to the campsite. The wind is picking up actually quite a bit, even though the sun has kind of like almost come out a little bit. So maybe the day will turn around. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Guess we'll see when it happens. Oh, the wind has picked up quite a bit on this last little stretch of my paddle today. We got a couple little waves forming on the water. Nothing crazy, but my arms are tired. It's about 10 to 11, and you can see the campsite in front of me. Well, there doesn't really look like an easy way up, except for right here. So I guess that's where I'm going to go in. I do have my rope on the front of the boat, so I'll just tie it there and unload it somehow and get up there. It actually wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be. Just pulled up alongside these rocks here. Just have to empty out the canoe and then, I don't know, pull it up here, maybe tie it to the tree or something. It's more about where it's going to sit. It's a bit of a problem than getting out, so yeah. I brought the bag up the hard way, straight up the cliff. Then I found out there was a trail that comes around, but that's okay. Beautiful campsite here. Big fire pit right out the front. Tons of wood. There are like grassy areas, which is kind of cool. Really nice spot for my tent over here. And my favorite little sign over here. Privy! And I can see it through the bushes there. There's a little trail over here to it. Well, that's awesome. Probably get eaten alive in there, but that's okay. And looks like something big was walking here. There's actually some moose poop. So maybe the moose is using this trail too. Can't see a moose being way up on this cliff, but that's what it looks like. Nice new privy there. Beautiful. Seen some really nice big old trees along this route too. Haven't actually mentioned it. I noticed yesterday, but I have seen them. I just haven't really made a point of talking about them, so sorry about that. It's a pretty cool campsite. I really like it, and I'm glad I'm here. Okay, I decided to set up the bug shelter beneath the cover of this tree. It is not the tallest tree on the campsite, just in case there is lightning. There are a couple that are taller. Just to give it some extra shelter. The tarp is good, but it's not, I mean, if in heavy downpours it does drip a little bit, so I think having the shelter of the tree will definitely help it out. It's pretty thick, see? Well, this is what I'm calling the drying tree. When my backpack this morning rolled into the lake, all of the contents stayed dry, technically. Like my sleeping bag is dry because it's in a plastic bag in the bag that it comes in. My tent was dry because it's in a plastic bag that's inside the bag that it comes in. Same with the thermarest, same with my chair. Actually, my chair, I need to start bagging that because But it dries really fast. I set it up as soon as I got here and it's already dry. Bug shelter bag and the hammock and the straps. So everything was soaked, so I just put it up on the tree. I've got the backpack kind of laying out there, so the side that's wet is kind of open to the wind, and those should be dry in no time. Now all of the contents, my clothes and sleeping bag, thermarest, pillow, everything is nice and dry. So got the tent set up there in the corner. It looked like the flattest spot on the campsite. My drying tree, the bug shelter over there, and then the fire pit is here. Just sitting out here in a nice breeze. I just finished setting everything up, so I'm gonna sit down and relax for a minute and maybe start getting lunch ready. So my tent is set up right here with this beautiful view, and in behind it I see poop, and over here more poop. At least it's not bear poop. And over here, the remnants of a lady slipper. Always a good omen in my opinion. Loon swimming right in front of the campsite. Well, it's lunchtime, and for the first time on this trip, I'm actually having lunch. I have not had lunch on this trip. Well, Friday I had lunch. I did have lunch yesterday, but Friday I had lunch. I didn't have lunch at all. I skipped it, which was very bad. I'm not supposed to be doing that, but you know, just happened like that anyway. And yesterday I was talking to those people for so long that I kind of skipped lunch. By the time I was going to eat lunch on the beach campsite, and then when I got there, there was people camped there. So then I paddled back to camp. So I did end up having lunch yesterday, but it wasn't until like 2:30, 3 o'clock. So today I am having lunch at 12:30. There's a little bee on my wrap. Go away, little bee. Okay. But today I am all set up. I have all the things done, and it looks like it's going to rain any minute. It smells like it's going to rain any minute, but it's not raining. So I'm sitting out here, hoping that a moose doesn't run me down. I'm sitting here making my lunch. Today I am having cloverleaf tuna pieces. It's yellowfin tuna, comes in a pouch. I got this from the Metro, which I think used to be the A&P chain. You can get them there, and somebody else told me you can get them at No Frills. I don't know if you can get them right now because strangely all the camping food has gone missing off the shelves. But I like to put the tuna thing away right away. When I'm eating tuna out here, I like to clean up the garbage immediately. I don't like to leave anything out because it's fish, and bears like fish, and they can smell pretty far, so I just like to get that put away quickly. So, got that, and I have a package of mayo here. Now, people keep asking me where I got the mayo. A friend of mine gave me this mayo, but you can get mayo packages at various fast food restaurants. So when you go out, you know, ask for mayo when you're at the drive-thru or whatever and stock them up. Somebody also told me you can purchase them on Amazon, but you have to buy like a million zillion packets. I sliced up some 2-year-old cheddar, which I put on the bottom of the wrap. So there it is. It looks delicious. It smells pretty good. Just going to mix the mayo in a little bit. And that's a wrap. I'm so corny. That's really good. Did you see the surprise on my face? I always bring the tuna and I never end up eating it somehow. Oh, I might have spit on myself, or I might have a drop. Of course it's going to start raining right now. Gotta go. I love bringing this bag. I keep the bear vault in it. It also carries the bug shelter if I bring the Ursack if I'm doing like a lighter trip. And it's like my camping purse. So after I take the bear barrel out, anything that I need, like at camp, like during the day, my glasses or book or my towel, you know, first aid, my beacon, all that stuff, I carry it with me. Like if I'm going to sit in the bug shelter, I go sit by the fire, I go into the tent, I just bring it with me, and then I have all my stuff with me all the time. I don't have to keep running around all over camp. Oh, the drying tree. I got to get my stuff down. Okay, bye. Well, it started raining a little bit, just dripping, and I thought, oh, this is my warning. Thanks, Mother Nature. So I grabbed my wrap and I moved everything to the bug shelter. Well, I'm calling it the bug shelter, but I'm just using it mostly for the tarp right now. The bugs aren't that bad at all. I've not worn my bug shirt or my bug pants or my head net at all today. Yay! And most of yesterday too, so awesome, awesome. But I moved everything in there. I finished eating my wrap while I was doing that. And all I have left to do is go down to the lake, way down the cliff, and get some water. And I want to put my fishing stuff in Ziploc. It's down there. There's no point in bringing it up and then bringing it back down and then bringing it back up. So it's just my fishing knife and my my little box with the lures and my tweezer things, whatever, pliers. They're surgical pliers, I believe they're called, from my friend Sean. So yeah, so I have all that stuff, and I just want to put it in the bag and flip the canoe over, make sure it's nice and secure, being down there on that steep hill. And then I'm done. Then I'm probably just going to chill and read my book. If it doesn't rain and if it clears up a little bit, I might put my hammock up. But for now, I think I'm just going to read in my tent. And the temperature's dropping a little bit too, but it's really nice. It's like so refreshing. Something's happening out there. My little alarm just went off. The duck. When I come up the river in the canoe, the duck starts quacking really loudly and starts like taking off, right? Because it's scared. And I just saw it do that on the other side of the lake. So I'm wondering if maybe an animal's coming out or something. Well, I only saw a couple on my other campsite, and like literally 2. But I found some here. There's some blueberries. Yum. Just a couple. Maybe sit here and eat some. Well, this is my waterfront today. Quite lovely. Took me a while to find a good spot for that. I had it tied to that tree, but the end of it was still in the water, and I didn't like that. And then every time I moved it, it would just slide back down the hill. So that spot seems pretty good. So when I was filming, when I first got here, I had mentioned that there was a little, I don't know, looked like a little river or something, or I was calling it my water driveway to get into the campsite when I was trying to find a spot to land. Right down here, see it? And I think this is the spring that's on my map. So I'm gonna go take a peek. I did actually notice that there was a trail that went down. Actually, it's where the moose poop was, and I thought, oh, that's where the moose came from. But maybe that's the trail to the spring. Let's go check it out. Look, there's a whole bunch of used to be lady slippers here. Oh, they would have been so pretty. You would think with all these blueberry bushes that I would find at least a handful of blueberries. But no, I've only found 3. Maybe 5. Well, it looks like the spring dried up. I just went down the path, I think where maybe the moose takes, I don't know. And you can see there's like where a river or a creek or waterway was, a spring, but there's no water in it. I had to get my first aid kit out and do a little first aid. I haven't done it yet, actually. I'm preparing to. Not really sure what I'm gonna do, but 2 weeks ago, I went camping with my friends Amy, and we were at Florence Lake, and I was on this big, huge rock, and it had just rained, and I slipped, and I fell, and I hit my elbow on the rocks, and it didn't rip open, but it bled inside, and then I had a big scab on it, and it went away. But now, I just looked at it today. It was really tender yesterday, and I just looked at it today. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of hard to tell. But I have, it's like a little, like a blister almost, like a pus bubble. So I'm assuming maybe there was some kind of infection in it. I put polysporin on it every day. I covered it at night when I slept. Like, even though it wasn't wide open, the scab was over it. Like, it never actually bled outside. It bled inside somehow. So anyways, I'm thinking that maybe I should pop this to get the stuff out because it's really, really tender. But then I was thinking maybe I should just wait until it pops. Like, it should pop on its own. So I don't know. I'm leaving tomorrow, like, I think it's 1:30 right now. Tomorrow at this time I'll be getting close to my car. So I think it's something that should probably wait until I'm home. I'm just worried that I'm gonna like hit it on something and then it's gonna like pop open on its own. Maybe I'll just put a band-aid on it for now just to keep it covered. I think I'll just wait and let it do whatever it's doing. I don't feel ill. It's not super red or like it doesn't look angry or anything, so I think I'm just gonna let it be. Maybe put a band-aid on it just in case it pops and to keep it protected. So that's it. Big first aid trip over. Well, I tried to hang out outside a couple times now. I keep going out and then coming back in because it starts raining and then it stops again. So I go out again and then I come back in. I don't want to sit in here if I don't have to, or under here if I don't have to. You know, I'd rather be out in the open air with the wind blowing through my hair, seeing all the things going around, but just going back and forth. Like, I've done it 3 or 4 times now and I'm like, okay, I'm just staying here. So it's just sitting here reading. That's about it. Very exciting. Well, it's 10 to 2 and it's finally just started really raining, like consistently. Just sitting here in the shelter reading my book. And the temperature has also gone down a bit. I have my long sleeve on and I'm feeling a little chilled, so I put my socks and shoes on. And next it's going to be my raincoat. Well, it's 2:53 and I am having a fire. It's been raining on and off. It rained consistently for a while. I was over there in the bug shelter under the tarp, staying nice and dry, reading my book. I went from wearing my tank top to my long sleeve, my tank top, and my raincoat. And then I started getting cold. And I gathered all my stuff and I said, that's it. I'm going to go sit in the tent in the sleeping bag and read. And then I'll probably fall asleep and have a nap. And I came out to do that and noticed it had stopped raining. And I said, well, I could process some wood, but I don't need a fire. And then I said, well, I could process some wood and have a fire, and that would make me warm, which it did. So now I am cozy warm, sitting here beside my fire, hoping it doesn't downpour. If it does, I'll just go back in the shelter, but at least I get to sit outside now for a little bit. Maybe I'll see a moose or something, you never know. I'd really like to see a moose. That would be so cool. I'm going to sit out here by my fire and just stare out at the river. I mean, I keep calling it the river because somebody told me it's the South Lady Evelyn River, but then they just have the South Lady Evelyn River is made up of a chain of lakes, smaller lakes. Some portions of it is what I read. So Jack Lake is one of the lakes, but it doesn't actually end anywhere. So, I don't know. Is that technically a lake still? I don't know. Yeah. Okay, why not? I have a little teeny tiny, super compact umbrella that I bring with me on some of my trips for the privy. My mom bought it for me, and I love it because sometimes you go to the privy and it takes a while to do your thing and whatnot. And if it's a downpour and I'm out there, I just get drenched. And then I'm wearing my sleeping clothes and my sleeping clothes get wet. Anyways, to solve that problem, I most sometimes on some of my trips, I bring this little teeny tiny compact umbrella. And I was sitting here, you know, enjoying this beautiful fire. I'm nice and warm. I was getting chilly and damp sitting in the shelter. And I thought, why not? It's in my bag. So now I'm sitting here and I'm not getting dripped on. Well, I keep playing the game with the rain. I sat out for a bit. The umbrella was just a joke. I'm not going to sit out here holding an umbrella. It was funny though, I thought. I used a previous trick of mine, one that I did when I was on a campsite. I think it was the North T Loop I did. It was on Thunder, I want to say Thunderhead Island Lake. It was pouring rain all day. It was drenched, and I got a fire going. My clothes were wet and needed to dry them. So what I did was Algonquin has those big, huge grates. You know, the big square ones with the legs on it you put over top. I had one of those. So I put it up on some rocks like this one is. See how high it goes? And then I put a piece of foil. I always bring a bunch of foil in my kit just in case. It's great for all kinds of things. And I covered the grate in foil, and then I put it up on top of the fire pit. And then I put my tarp right in front of the fire so I could sit there and dry all my clothes. It worked great. It was really, really good. So when it started raining a little too much, I thought, well, I'll just go back in the bug shelter and I'm going to cover the fire. And just so it doesn't drown out in case it like gets a downpour or something. Because if I want to have a, you know, if I want to come out later and it stops, then I won't, you know, it'll be like a swimming pool in there. So I covered it up, and then as I was doing that, it stopped raining again. So because I'm kind of chilled, I'm not super chilled anymore now that I've been doing the wood and I got the fire here, but I just put some water on, and I'm making a nice cup of hot chocolate. I'm going to sit here and continue to enjoy my rain, non-rain, rain day. Well, it's 5 o'clock, and just sitting by the fire reading my book. It hasn't rained in a little while, which has been lovely. And it's very nice here. I was originally, when I came to this campsite, I wanted to go fishing tonight, but with the issues of getting the canoe in and out of the water, and slippery rocks and the rain and the wind, I'm just not really feeling it, so I'm not going to do that. Well, it is 5:30 and dinner is on the move. Dinner is not very exciting today for you. It's pretty exciting for me, but on my Twinkle Lake Loop trip, I had creamy beef and noodles with mushrooms, alpine ear meal. I ate half of it. This is the other half. Gonna add a cup of boiling water and close the bag up and let it sit for 10-15 minutes and eat. Easy peasy. It's still raining on and off, so I'm starting to get a little fed up with it. So I'm just gonna have my dinner, clean up, and then you know, if I feel like it, I might just take the bug shelter down and go read in the tent for the rest of the night. We'll see how it goes. Just been playing today, you know, minute by minute, pretty much. Well, it's 10 to 6. I finished my little pasta meal. Wasn't actually very much in there. I think I got the bigger half on the last trip. I'm gonna supplement with half a bag of chocolate covered almonds. I ate the other half yesterday, and still got my fire going nicely, even though I've been doing pretty much minimal work to get it going. So I'm just gonna sit here for a bit longer, and if it starts raining again, I'll probably just go into my tent, but I still like to take the bug shelter down, even though it's been raining on and off all day, because it's under that big tree. It's fairly dry, so I might take it down soon just to just get it out of the way. I mean, if it's raining in the morning or whatever, I can always cook under that tree. All I have to do is boil some water for some oatmeal, so it's not really a big deal. I was all excited to get this campsite because I was pretty sure I was going to be able to see sunset from here. Yeah, any minute now. The umbrella makes a return. I got the bug shelter down. I just finished taking it down, put it away, and it started raining, like really good, finally. So I grabbed my chair, I took it apart, threw it in the tent. I just have to put it in the bag. It's really easy to do once it's in the tent and fold it up. And then I put all my stuff away, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I have to go to the bathroom. So it was pouring pretty good, so I just grabbed the umbrella. It was already open. I hadn't put it back in the sleeve yet. And now I'm sitting out on the cliff because I wasn't quite ready to go in the tent. It's only 6:30. I don't want to go too early because then I'll be awake at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Knowing me, I'll start packing up and be like, well, by the time I get done, it'll be daylight. I'm probably going to try to leave early tomorrow. Hopefully the weather is good. Not complaining. If it's like this, so be it. But right now it's a little bit windy, so hopefully it won't be too windy in the morning. And I've got a lot of paddling to do. If it is crazy windy, I might do those 2 portages instead of doing that paddling. I mean, it's 17K of paddling. It's going to take me 3 hours probably, well, supposedly I'm with a current, so the one guy said it took him just over 2 hours, so I'm banking on 3. So it would be shorter to do the portages technically, but I don't want to do that 400 meter at all. And I looked on the map today and I noticed that there's 2 portages and one of them is easier. And guess which one I did? The harder one. Dumb. Hi. It's 10:40. I went to sleep around 8. I was reading. I read actually quite a bit, and then I started getting really tired, and I said, I'm just gonna go to sleep now. So I did, and I just woke up. It just stopped raining. So I thought, well, I'll run outside real quick, and yeah, it stopped raining. So hopefully that's it, and clears up for tomorrow. I'm going back to sleep. Good night. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please click the subscribe button. Also click the bell for notifications. If you'd like to get more information on the stuff I use on my trips, please check out my website at CamperChristina.com. Thanks. Bye.